What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 117, and we start today's episode off by seeing that Ogbonna and Hamsik, who both got injured in the last game against Bayern Munich, are going to be out for 4 weeks each, so that's not too bad. They're going to be injured for the league run-in, but they're going to be back for the Champions League final against Borussia Dortmund at the end of May, so I don't mind too much. I was a bit worried they might be injured for a little bit longer and, you know, would be missing the Champions League final, but thankfully they'll be back for that, and that's perfectly fine with me. And of course, we take on Inter Milan for the first game of today's episode in the Serie A. But as you guys know already, we've basically won the league title. We have done for many weeks now. We haven't slipped up all through the season. You know, the worst we've done is get draws. You know, other than that, we haven't had a single loss all through the Serie A. And as you can tell by the league table here, 5 games to go, we are 13 points clear. So the title is basically already ours, and all we have to do in these games is make sure we don't lose, and we can claim an undefeated Serie A season. So with that in mind, we take on Inter Milan. We still have quite a strong side out there, and the first chance would come in the 7th minute as De Sciglio plays a wonderful ball over the top towards Eden Hazard here. Wonderful first touch, and he strikes it from just outside the area, but Handanovic makes a good save. So still 0-0. We were looking to get a win in this game. Even though we have basically won the Serie A title already, we still want to get the wins, and from the corner it's crossed in towards Gutierrez. His header is well saved by Handanovic once again, and it is still 0-0, but once again from the corner it's Carrasco towards the head of Lukaku this time. It's headed away only as far as Florenzi, who volleys it, but it goes wide of the post, so still 0-0, but a couple of good chances there early on. Handanovic making a couple of good saves, and it was still 0-0. In the 34th minute, I give the ball away on Nastasic. Papadopoulos gets onto the ball for Inter Milan, chips it over the top towards Alvarez, but his chip shot goes over the bar. So Inter Milan almost getting a shock early goal in this game, but they couldn't do it, and it was still 0-0. Not much happened there until the 69th minute when Lucas stood over this free kick and delivered it towards Lukaku in the box. However, his header was well saved by Handanovic, and it was still 0-0. And from that, Radicevic gets onto the ball and crosses it into the far post, but Inter Milan do eventually manage to get the ball away. So still 0-0. Handanovic was definitely man of the match as things stood. In the 74th minute, though, another good chance for us. Fabio goes down the left and cuts into his right, shoots from just outside the area, but again Handanovic makes a really good save, and Inter clear the ball away. So unfortunately still 0-0, just couldn't seem to get the better of the goalkeeper here. And in the 82nd minute, the last chance would once again fall to us as Bardi plays the ball out wide to Eden Hazard here. Hazard ends up playing the ball through towards Romelu Lukaku. Real good chance for the striker here as he gets past his man with the fake shot, runs clear 1-on-1, but I put way too much power on it, and the shot balloons over the bar. So real good chance for me there, but I completely choked on the finish, and it was still 0-0. And in injury time, as the game looked like it was going to finish scoreless, the last chance would fall to us. Vargas off the bench gets past Mario Fernandes with a lovely little Ronaldo chop, then a body feint to get around Dragovic, but the shot was once again well saved by Handanovic. So frustrating, just couldn't seem to beat the Slovenian goalkeeper. I think he's Slovenian, and from the corner it's crossed towards Gutierrez, and his header goes harmlessly wide. So final score, Napoli 0, Inter Milan 0, so unfortunately no goals in this game, but once again, we may not get the win, but we don't lose. So as things stand, with just 4 games to go in the league, we are closing in on our undefeated Serie A season, and that would be fantastic. So I guess you've got to take those games with a positive mindset, you know, even though we don't get the win, you know, we didn't even score in that game, we didn't lose it, and that's the main thing. So 0-0 the final score, and Handanovic would frustrate me once again. How many times have I said that during the course of this channel? He's so annoying to play against an ultimate team, and clearly on career mode as well. But anyway, we're now into May. So this is the last, one of the last, if not the last, squad reports of the season. So we take a look at the players, and to be honest, as I have said, this will be our last full season at Napoli. There is still some work to do with Napoli. So you know, even if we do leave, even if we do stay for the transfer window during next season, then at least we'll be able to sign some players and still better the side, because there are still some players in there like Ivanovic and Radicevic and players like that that don't really ever get any game time, and they may as well get shifted on, and we'll sign some better young talent. So with that in mind, there's still some work to be done here at Napoli, but I do know that the job is basically done. We have turned them into one of the best sides in the world, and that means that we will be looking for jobs as soon as possible, and as soon as the season is over, we will look for more jobs. So this may be the last squad report you will see of Napoli, and this may be the last squad report you will see of the side we are about to leave. But after that, here's a look at the league tables. We're into May, 4 games to go, 11 points clear. All we need now is one win and we have won the league title. So that's all we need, one win in 4 games and we have claimed the league title. It's just ridiculous really how good we've been. But we take on Sampdoria here, and once again we do simulate it. So this could be our game which wins us the title really. So I decided to simulate and see whether the AI would crumble under pressure or whether we'd be able to get a simple win. Florenzi got us the first goal in 23 minutes, then Balotelli scored 2 to make it 3-0. And as I said, you know, it's just ridiculous how, you know, even when I'm not playing, the AI seems to dominate for us. Carrasco got the 4th goal there and we won it by 4-0. So you can just quickly see me wrapping up the season here, these last few league games. We then took on Cagliari, but of course the league title was already won and we'd known that for so long now. So just mathematically, yes, we've won the title, but we'd won the title months ago anyway. We'd just been too good. But Lukaku gets the only goal in this game against Cagliari, so it's another win for us, and that would see us end the, was that 36 games that played at this stage? I think it was. So pretty much every single game being played but 2, and as you will see us find out that Hamsik and Ogbonna are both returning from injury. We now have those 2 players back for the Champions League final against Dortmund at the end of this month. So as we take on Torino here in the penultimate game of the Serie A, Lucas scores in the 1st minute. Torino go ahead and equalise from the spot, but as you'll see eventually Florenzi makes it 2-1. And we would indeed claim another win. So we do get the win by 3 goals to 1 in this game. Carrasco scored the 3rd by 3 goals to 1, and that would indeed end the last of the simulated games for this season, because after that we saw a couple of players come to us with some conversations. Funnily enough, Gambarini came to us and says he said he was going to retire during this season, and then he comes to us and says, oh no, you're not going to get rid of me that easily, we're going to stay, he's going to try and contribute to the team. Gambarini hasn't played a single minute of football since I took over, so every time he's came to us and said I'm having doubts about retiring, I just thought, I don't care mate, seriously, if you want to retire or not, I could not care less. But I'd actually put him on the bench for this game just because it was probably going to be his last game for the club. So I thought I'd put him on the bench anyway, even though he said he wasn't going to retire. But yeah, we took on Udinese for the final game of the Serie A, and as you can see, we've already won the title by 14 points. We're 14 points clear with a game to spare. So it's just been a completely dominant season with Napoli, and I do know that quite a few people have sort of lost interest because of the fact we dominated so much, but I also know there's quite a few people that have enjoyed this domination. I know there's quite a few people that have been watching this video and watching this season that have actually enjoyed us dominating this season and winning so many games on the bounce. But even so, this would be one of our final games, if not our final game for Napoli here in the league. And of course we almost got to a bad start as Udinese almost scored there, but a good save by Manone kept the score at 0-0. Lukaku was then played forward in the 24th minute, but his shot was well saved by the goalkeeper, and it was still 0-0. And on the half-an-hour mark, El Kaddouri goes down the right-hand side and crosses it in. It's headed away. Balotelli then strikes it, but his shot is well saved, and El Kaddouri's follow-up effort is also well saved. So still 0-0 as things stood. It wasn't Lukaku who took the shot there, was it? It was Balotelli. But yeah, still 0-0. In the 45th minute, though, another good chance for Udinese, but once again, Manone makes a very good stop in this game. So still 0-0. We had a bit of a mixture in this game. A few fringe players and a few first-teamers as well, just because I didn't want to see any first-team players get injured for the Champions League final, but I also wanted to give the fringe players some time as well. But in the 46th minute, a good chance for us to get the first goal of the game. De Chilio chips the ball over the top. Florenzi gets onto it, gets onto his right foot here with a nice little fake shot, turns his man, crosses the ball in, but Balotelli's header is well saved, and it is still 0-0. So still goalless after the first half, and we just couldn't seem to get the first goal of the game. From the corner, Insigne finds Anastasic, his header goes over the bar, and it is still 0-0. As we were looking to score the first goal of the game and break the stalemate. In the 62nd minute, another good chance for us. El Kaddouri goes down the right hand side and crosses the ball in. Balotelli wins the header, but again the keeper makes a very, very good save. So both goalkeepers playing very well in this game, and as Udinese failed to get the ball away, we can't make the most of it, and they get the ball clear. Only as far as Hamsik, who then loses out to his man, and Udinese go on the break here. A very good chance as Jusui plays a wonderful ball over the top towards Lopez here. Ogbonna loses out. Lopez gets past him, goes down the right hand side, beats Fabio, crosses the ball to the far post, and it is put in at the far post as Udinese take a shock lead in this game. So as we were ending the season, all we had to do in this game was avoid defeat to have an undefeated season, and we went behind with 23 minutes to go. So would this be a catastrophic end to an incredible year with Napoli if we were going to lose at home in our final game of the season to end our undefeated season in the league as Udinese took the lead here? Well, thankfully it wouldn't be catastrophic, because straight from kickoff we chipped the ball forward to Balotelli with a nice little ball over the top. Balotelli with a good touch and a good finish on his left foot. So Napoli won, Udinese won, and literally as soon as that goal went in, I was like, right, screw this. I am not losing this game. I am not having a whole season in the league undefeated only to blow it at home in the final game. So Balotelli makes it 1-1. In the 84th minute though, it could have been blown. A great chip into the box there. Saw Lopez, I think it was, unmarked at the far post, completely unmarked. What a chance, 6 yards out, but he put the ball wide. But thankfully for us, that would end the game. So Napoli won, Udinese won, and we do get a point. Which means that we do win the league title undefeated. So we won the league title pretty much like 2 or 3 months ago. We were that good, but to be honest, it was quite a simple season for us really. But I was very, very pleased and very relieved as well, considering how that game went, that we did end the season off not only as champions but also undefeated in the league. So a fantastic victory for us. A fantastic season for us in the league. And the job's still not done. We still have the Champions League final in the next game, which will of course be in the next episode. But even so, I'm very, very pleased that one of our tasks this year, which was to have an undefeated season in the Serie A, has now been achieved. We retain our title with relative ease, we do it undefeated, and it's been a very good season for us. So yeah, I know there's quite a few that think it's too easy and want me to leave ASAP, and don't worry, we will be doing that, we will be leaving ASAP, but even so, it's very, very good to win the title and do it so dominantly, with dominance as well, with complete dominance as well, because I know there's so many people that have been so sick of the fact that Millwall, we just couldn't really do anything, you know, despite getting to the Europa League final and obviously winning that, and you know, trying to perform very well in the league, but always seem to falling short of the Champions League places. I know there's quite a few people that just wanted us to dominate just for one season, just to have an amazing season just once in this career mode, and thankfully we've now done it. So a very, very, very good season. Is wrapped off with the Serie A title, and of course doing it undefeated was nice as well. So of course the last thing you'll see is us take a look at the final league table, and also you'll see that we do have the game against Borussia Dortmund in the next episode. So that next episode, which will be out tomorrow afternoon, will be the Champions League final against Borussia Dortmund. It will be, of course, be a live commentary, so it'll be a lot bit longer than usual, but even so, I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I really have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. And again, a reminder for all of you that keep asking, yes, we will be looking to leave Napoli very, very soon, but hopefully you've enjoyed the season regardless, and thank you so much for watching the episodes. I really do appreciate every one of you. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you for the next episode of Career Mode tomorrow afternoon, which will of course be the live commentary against Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League final. And now I need a drink and a breather.